Hello, my name's Dr. Peter Atherton. I've been a family doctor for about 30 years and I'm also the medical advisor to Forever Living Products UK. I am aware that there are many conditions that affect our lives, but perhaps none more debilitating than arthritis, the inflammation that affects joints, tendons and their surrounding structures. It's a huge problem and many of the world's population suffer from some form of arthritis. There are many kinds of this illness which can cause joint pain, stiffness and lack of mobility, and eventually deformity. Two notable forms are rheumatoid arthritis, involving the disorder of the immune system, and osteoarthritis, the so-called wear and tear arthritis of middle and old age. Osteoarthritis is by far the most common form of the arthritis, affecting up to 1 in 6 of the population in Europe and the USA. Its effects can have a profound impact on a person's quality of life. All of us are at risk, depending upon genetic predisposition. However, there are some main at-risk groups, such as heavy manual workers, sportsmen and women, the overweight or obese, and believe it or not, women who wear high heels a lot. What happens is that over a period of time, the cartilage layer over the bony surfaces, which acts as a natural shock absorber, gets worn away, until eventually bone rubs against bone. At the same time, the lubricating fluid in the joint becomes thinner and more watery, and the surrounding tissues, that is the joint capsule, swells and thickens as a result of the inflammation which has been set up. Finally, little spikes of bone grow into the joint cavity, greatly reducing its function and, of course, its mobility. Treatments for arthritis in conventional medicine offer both physical remedies such as physiotherapy and osteopathy or chiropractic, and drug therapy. The drugs which are used are either simple painkillers or anti-inflammatory drugs. These can be taken either orally or used topically as a cream, and they're both reasonably successful if taken regularly, but they can produce unwanted side effects. These side effects may include allergic reactions to some of the drugs, but the anti-inflammatories can produce anything from indigestion and stomachache to gastric ulcers, which have a tendency to bleed and occasionally perforate, with a fatal outcome. And I haven't even mentioned the unexpected interaction with other drugs that the patient may be taking. I can tell you that in the UK alone, some 5,000 people die every year from these side effects. There are indeed quite a few alternative treatments, including both physical remedies and herbs. Aloe vera, ginger, and other natural substances have been proven to exert pain-killing and anti-inflammatory effects. The trouble is that you have to take so many different ones together to get the desired effect. Ideally, the best complementary remedy would be a combination of the most powerful herbs and supplements. All the pieces are there, we just need to assemble them in one truly effective mixture that would deliver dramatic results.
It's an aloe-based product and it is designed to help people with a particular kind of arthritis, which is osteoarthritis. And osteoarthritis is the wear and tear arthritis. Most of us, as we get older, will get a little bit of this, but there are certain people who are destined probably to get it more badly, and they are women, those who have indulged in a lot of sport over their life, and the overweight, and possibly even the heavy manual workers.
In this country alone, millions of people will go to their doctor this year seeking treatment for osteoarthritis. They'll be prescribed either a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory and painkillers, or in more serious cases, steroid drugs.
The benefits of the drugs are that they do relieve symptoms. They are powerful. But the downside is the fact, like a lot of modern powerful drugs, there are potential side effects. And in the case of these drugs, the usual side effect, the nasty one, is to get either erosions or even frank ulcers in the stomach. These ulcers can bleed, they can perforate, and if they do that, they can cause death. And so if you can find something, as I think we have in Forever Freedom, that will reduce people's symptoms when they've got it, because it can be a very painful condition and a very crippling condition, using the natural painkillers and the natural anti-inflammatories in aloe vera gel with basically 4 other major additives: glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM and vitamin C. Now, these substances are incorporated in order to help the body to repair the damaged cartilage, i.e. to form new cartilage, and also to increase the viscosity or thickness, if you like, of the fluid within the joint. It's like an engine that needs to have the right quality oil to make it perform properly and to stop the metal parts wearing against each other. But as we get older, apart from anything else, our ability to produce new cartilage and to keep this fluid thick and healthy reduces. The product that we're talking about is one way of trying to boost that, i.e. to help the body by giving it the natural ingredients that it needs to form new cartilage.
Well, at that time my mum was severely she had a disability with arthritis and could only go up the stairs at home. She lives with us on all 4s. It was pitiful to see your mum like that, and she was very depressed and low and didn't have independence or any confidence at all. And within 3 weeks of drinking, and I need to make this clear because lots of people have asked me about this, it isn't the Freedom, it's actually the aloe vera gel in the yellow bottle. 3 weeks of drinking, we saw the most amazing results. She was able to walk upright. She was pain-free on one side, and after 6 weeks she was pain-free on the other side except for her hip, which still gives her some problems, but she uses our MSM and heat that make a huge difference to her. She says we've given her quality of life back, but we haven't, of course, the products have. That filled me with such passion and belief. I have a illness, if you like. It's called diverticulitis. Some of you may have heard of that. It's a family trait, unfortunately, and it absolutely impacts your life hugely. I was diagnosed with it 14 years ago, and what that meant to me was that for 14 years I lived on Imodium, really. I fly quite often in my job up to Manchester and back, and I facilitate groups of people, so I had to take Imodium in order to be able to control the diverticulitis. From 5 days of taking the gel, it changed beyond all belief, and I have had, up until recently, the 9 best months with my health in years and years. So that also gave me huge passion relating to the gel.